Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's, play the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's, great color coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Giants. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. And a fair catch signaled for and taken. Taken successfully.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Saquon Barkley. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
91 is the mic. Bravo. Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins, and that's complete. It's Sims. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically,
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on 2nd down, Haskins. And his throw here's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 7-yard line. Ready? 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Push him back. Push him back.
It's Barkley on the counter. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And Ingram holds it in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. They run the counter. Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Throwing Jones. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Jones now operating from the gun. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 17 yards and a giant 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Right here, right here. 91 is the money. Hey, tight down, tight down.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Kill. Hustle. Ready.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Foxtrot. Watch the screen. Shoot.
2nd and 14. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Another try for Barkley. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Rosas puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So you're a boxing guy. How do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I call it a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now it's Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 35. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Throw left side complete. That's Love. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. 47 Mike, 47 Mike. Mike, 47. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They only got a a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. 3 down. Check 91. 91 West. Mike 91. Watch the run.
2nd and 9 now. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
15 line. Look at me, zipper. Snap.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to Slayton. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Jones now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Ready up.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
91 is the mark. Check 91.
Jones, a final shot before break. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot at the end. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, as time expires in the first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Haskins, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up and down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Well, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Watch the
draw closer. Shoot.
Again, it's Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop a shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turned him loose.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Now Gallman. And some room to roam now. And now look at him go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Wayne Gallman, 53 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into cover.
There he goes left side, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. 33 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will pin him back as it's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Set 70, Indy.
Check 31, check 31.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Right 91. Ready? He's coming. Double up, double up.
Now.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Down. 30 base.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Shoot.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gator.
53 at the mic. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter.